Hi everyone, this is Debono of The Fortune Teller shop. And in this video I wanted to do a forecast for Queen Elizabeth II in 2022. So I want to see themes, things that will happen to her in 2022. Just get an overview. And I'm going to use my pink tarot with keywords to start us off. So we just want to get an overview of Queen Elizabeth II and the year 2022. I mean, she's been ill and she's getting up there in age. We want to see what's going to happen. I'm going to start with 3. And I'm keeping the question pretty open, like generally what the vibe is for 2022. Okay, so the Chariot is a good sign. I think the Chariot's about her powering on and trying to keep things together. I mean, the Chariot usually represents, pulling the reins together, keeping things on track. And we've got here the 6 of Pentacles, which is about sharing or giving. So there's a feeling of her sort of making things work. And then we have the King of Swords. King of Swords is usually a powerful male. Usually it's someone who has professional tendencies. So this could be a person that works with her. It could be Prince Charles as well. We'll find out about who this is a bit more as we go. So let's keep going. So we've got the moon now. The moon represents uncertainty, moods, emotions, fears, doubts. And we have the Judgment card. So having to make powerful decisions and also looking at where the future's going. Okay, so this one's a bit of a completion card as well, possibly thinking about the end of her reign. But the moon is an unclear journey. It's like going down the path of the unknown. And then we've also got the Chariot, which is about going down a path as well. So there is a feeling here of uncertainty with the moon. The Judgment card is a little bit about where is this all heading as well. Okay, so now I'm going to look at who this King of Swords is, if it wants to give me some more information about who this is. I'm just going to pull out random cards. Well, these two wanted to come out together, so let's see. Who is this King of Swords? I think this is probably Charles, because it's sort of showing kind of like the reign or the kingdom coming to an end. I think it's Charles probably stepping up. So yeah, and the Death card is also almost like the next king in line. This is the church. So, the royal family, the church and the church, head of the Church of England. So I think this is Charles looking at the next chapter, also thinking about the Queen's passing as well. Now, to me, an indication of death is when you get the Judgment card and the Death card in the same reading. These two to me usually mean like a physical death as well. So I think they're obviously going to be dealing with that or thinking about that in 2022. But, for me, Charles usually does not come across as the King of Swords. He comes across much more emotional than the King of Swords in a lot of ways. But perhaps he's had to step into that more hard hard-edged role of the King of Swords. I usually see Charles more as the King of Cups because he's kind of got more of a softer, emotional, watery vibe. He is also a water sign, he's a Scorpio. So I don't usually see this as Charles, but I think these two represent, it's like the next person in line for the throne. So I think that does represent Charles in this particular case. So now I'm going to use the Lenormand, and these are called the Cute Mini deck. Okay, it's the mini Lenormand deck. Okay, so I'm going to ask the same question about Queen Elizabeth II and her year 2022. What can we expect? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See, what can we expect? A lot of confusion and concern. Clouds. Well, this is the Queen, this is the female, this is the woman. So our question's about a woman, so this will be representing the Queen. So she is facing a lot of uncertainty. Stork, new beginnings. This can also be thinking about her children and her grandchildren. Yeah, tree is family tree. And then the Tower. And the Tower can be the establishment as well. So it looks like health issues with the tree as well. Thinking of the next generation. She's uncertain, lots of uncertainty here. Now, if we mirror the clouds mirrors with the Tower, that could be hospital. Shows the Queen mirroring the tree. The tree is health. The tree is mirroring the Tower, which is also health and hospital. It shows that she is going to be worried and concerned. Her worries about a new beginning with the stork and the establishment. So I see her feeling very unsettled, uncertain, and lots of kind of cloudy worries about the new beginnings. It does indicate her health will deteriorate very strongly here as well. Okay, I'm going to road test my neon lights deck as well for the Queen Elizabeth II, 2022. What is some advice from the Neon Lights Oracle? 1, 2, and 3. Love made me do it. So definitely shows that she loves her country and she loves the role, and she's put love into being the Queen. Very dedicated. Life goes on. And please come back. I am sorry about what happened before. Interesting. So I think this is talking about her commitment to being the Queen. Okay. It's kind of like her true love. Life goes on. So, once she passes, life goes on. And please come back. I am sorry about what happened before. Well, that to me talks about all these scandals that the royals have been having. And to me, it's a bit like she hopes perhaps that things go back to how they were before, that people will come back. So please come back. So that's almost like her talking to the public. I'm sorry about what happened before. So she probably has a lot of regrets about what's happened with her family. So I think the Neon Lights Oracle is pretty much kind of talking about what's in her mind. Okay, so we're going to get a last advice from the classic American fortune telling cards. This is a new deck of mine as well. So many people have asked me to showcase my newer decks, so let's go with that. So Queen Elizabeth II, 2022. Advice and what's going to happen, what's she going to deal with, what's she going to do in 2022. I'm going to start with 3 cards and let's see what we get. Okay, small child or small beginnings, child and new beginnings. So that's definitely about the next, that's like the next generation and also the grandkids. Travels, she's on her way. This to me is suggesting like there's going to be a new beginning. The kids are going to take over. She's sort of heading, she's on her way out. And there is still a lot of love and emotions involved. So I think she's very, very dedicated to being the queen. But there's also rumblings of change. I mean, in the original tarot, we had the Chariot, which is about movement and travel. We also had the Stork in the Lenormand card, which was about the children and change and movement. And we also had, we have the Heart here, but we had the, and we also had the Love Made Me Do It card in the Neon Lights Oracle, which is very similar, obviously, to the Heart. So if I sum up the whole 4 readings, there's definitely love and commitment for the role and being the queen and being the queen to the people. There's definitely a feeling of things moving on in all 3 readings. And there's definitely a feeling of the next generation and new beginnings. This is Paris Debono of The Fortune Teller Shop.